I'm just gonna let all those moves come through. No, forget what I said right now. I'm just gonna reach to the Shadow Force. Here it is, trainers. Will this be enough to finish off? Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we have so much action in Open Ultra League with 3 legendaries coming up on your screens. We are gonna use Giratina Altered Form up in front using Shadow Force as our charge attack, and at the back we're gonna pair it up with our Tapu Fini as a safe switch, while we're gonna keep Registeel as our closer. What can possibly go wrong, right? We got the bulk, we got the nukes, what can possibly go wrong here? And guess what? We have a lot of bad leads on this video, so something is gonna go wrong at some time. So starting off this first battle, and we're seeing that we have a Nightmare lead against a Fairy type using Charm. Are you kidding me? And now we're gonna switch out into our Registeel after Tapu Fini falls short against that Charmer. So my opponent is gonna decide to bring their Giratina into the fight, and guess what? This is not looking that good. So we have now to switch out into our own Giratina after they throw their energy, and of course after we charge up to at least a Zapcan for the end game, and now Ninetales will return into the battle. So what we want to do here is to reach to that Shadow Force. Of course Shadow Sneak would be much better on this exact situation, but still we're gonna guarantee the knockout, and we're gonna make them throw the remaining energy that they have. I have a feeling also that we can survive this move, so this is looking kinda good for us, because after that we can still reach to our Dracula to finish them off in return. At the back they have a flyer. Is that a Talonflame or a Charizard? It is a Charizard, so a simple sub cannon will absolutely do the trick here, especially now that we also have the shield up, so we're gonna take this early victory to start off the video. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having Stunfisk up in front. So this Pokemon is pretty troublesome for our Registeel, but up against our Shadow Claw version of Giratina and of course Tapu Fini, we have a lot of options. However, it's kinda bad on the long term of the battle, because this Pokemon can still withstand the Shadow Force with a lot of success, while they're gonna predict it as it seems, and they're gonna pop up a shield. Most of the times people do not shield my Shadow Force, especially that early, even when it is super effective, because they are not expecting it at all. So anyways, we need to block their move in return, and right now we're still gonna reach to another Shadow Force to bring them to no HP in no time before they reach to the Rock Slide. That was super close as it seemed. Now at the back they have Venusaur, and as we saw there, we lagged a little bit, so not even a Dracula can be popped up. With that Venusaur now at the back, we're not looking that great, because this Pokemon is gonna resist a lot of our moves coming up from our Registeel, and of course we still have Tapu Fini, which is not gonna do a lot of work up against that Venusaur. So the move is coming up, it is gonna be just a fresh plant which we can easily survive, but when they're coming back to back they can easily get us to no HP if we are not careful. Another Zapcannon is imminent, but they manage to catch on their Cresselia, and hopefully we lower their attack stats. So right here now I'm just gonna get to another Zapcannon, but as it seems we're not having the upper hand at all. Moonblast is coming off our way, we have a Zapcannon now for the end game, but to be fair we do not stand a lot of chance even after that debuff that was applied on the Cresselia. Surf has to do a lot of damage here, otherwise we're doomed, and as it seems it is not gonna do enough. We cannot farm the remaining HP, and another Grass Knot is imminent. I believe that at this point they have to switch out. Yeah, here is the Venusaur, and of course right after I'm gonna press immediately my Surf, but as it seems this will make no difference at all to the outcome, because they have the Venusaur, we have nothing to do here, and we're just gonna take this loss. Into the next battle now, trainers, and we're having a Registeel up against us. Kinda good for us, I know, but let's see how this is gonna end on the long term of this battle, because Zapcannon is imminent and they will debuff us from the start of this battle. So Shadow Force here is still gonna do a nice chunk to this Metal Trash Can, but Lil Dev can still hold on. So here comes now another Nuke, another Zapcannon, another attack fail stat for our Giratina, but the Devil's God hasn't spoken yet with its last word. Another Shadow Force will put this Registeel pretty low, at the point that we might actually finish it off with our moves. They have to switch out as it seems, and we're gonna press immediately our Dracula, which is a mistake, but to be fair I just did not want to get farmed down for no reason at all. Switching out now to my red steel, and we kinda have the upper hand on this one, but still Golisopod, if they want to, they can manipulate any battle at all. I'm thinking of making a Golisopod video because this Pokemon is absolutely a beast, perhaps for the next one, we'll see. So here comes now the liquidation from that Pokemon, and we got Zap Cannon to nuke it down for the second time. They are gonna block, which is pretty great for me right now. We're having kinda the upper hand here with Tapu Fini and perhaps another Shield with Giratina being alive for the end game. We'll see how this is gonna end, and they have a Steelix as their third Pokemon. You know what? The outcome has already been settled, because right here now we have those serfs which can absolutely be devastating for the ground typing of that Steelix. So Steelix is just still gonna go for those next Dragon Tails, the Breaking Swipes, but we have nothing to worry about, as it seems we can easily destroy down this Pokemon, able to catch the move as well on our Giratina, and yeah, we haven't spent the shield yet, so here comes now the Moonblast to guarantee the victory against Golisopod and their team. So yeah, that's looking pretty good for our solid line. Into the next one now, trainers, as we're facing a Tapu Fini up in front. So this is not looking that great for us because of their fairy typing and the Moonblast, but obviously having a move like Shadow Force can absolutely turn things around. We're just gonna overfarm a little bit more here, and because of that debuff we want to switch out as soon as possible to our own Tapu Fini. I was trying to catch a move as well, but that did not work at all, and now they have at the back an armored Mewtwo. You do not see that Pokemon every day. I am only seeing it from Daniel Zeniri, but still, that is looking pretty cool to see it from any other trainer out there. Right now, Armored Mewtwo is kind of a spicy option, but still, they need to respect our back-to-back damage. So they still have a little bit of HP left on their Mewtwo, and I'm not gonna bring my Giratina because it is kinda problematic for them, especially with all that energy that we have, and I'm expecting the Side Strike right straight ahead, but instead they're gonna throw it on my Red Steel and right after the Dynamic Punch, which means that we can still guarantee at least a shield from the next Pokemon, which is the amazing Charizard. Look at that, absolutely insane. They're gonna try to catch the Dragon Claw successfully on the Tapu Fini, and right after Shadow Force will do so much damage on that poor Tapu. Let's get that victory, as it seems, of course, because this Charizard is still gonna reach to the Dragon Claw. I'm just gonna let all those moves come through. No, forget what I said right now. I'm just gonna reach to the Shadow Force. Here it is, trainers. Will this be enough to finish off? And yes, it is. Let's get trainers and now head into the next battle. We're facing an Ileolisk up in front, and this Pokemon is bad news for my team. We can always go ahead and finish it off with Red Steel, but still we cannot go ahead and stay in with our Giratina, and unfortunately for us we also cannot bring Red Steel that early into the fight. So instead I'm gonna take whatever they throw here, and as it seems we can still kinda survive their moves. So Grass Knot is gonna finish off the remaining HP that my Tapu Fini is having, so now perhaps we can have a safer environment for the end game with our Red Steel. So Grass Knot is coming up, we can definitely survive those moves, as it seems perhaps they do not even have Moonblast. I don't know what they did here, even if they had Future Sight they had to throw it, so that's why I was not expecting Grass Knot at all. So anyways, Ileolisk now coming into the battle once again, and those Breaking Swipes are gonna be extremely troublesome. I was trying to not catch the move here, but still I'm gonna take it, and right after I will charge up to the Focus Blast and try to throw it right straight ahead. Instead though, they will try to switch out and catch my Focus Blast on that Skeledirge, and to be fair, that was a pretty fine choice, but as it seems here we're gonna go for the extra mile and that Zap Cannon, which means now that another one is coming up, and I need to respect the damage out of my Pokemon for sure by blocking my move. So right after we need to switch out to our Giratina before they do anything weird, and we're gonna put this Pokemon extremely low. I'm in no mood at all to go ahead and throw a shield here, but instead I'm just gonna let them throw their energy, and as it seems we can easily survive one Disarming Voice while we can still reach to the Focus Blast to finish off that Pokemon, that Ileolisk. We still have the shield, so this is a race to the Charge Attack, trainers. They press the move, this could be pretty huge huge. Can we reach now to the Focus Blast? We barely can, but we cannot at the same time, which is a big bummer for this battle to end like this. Anyways, now trainers, into the next one, and we're facing a Registeel here with our Giratina. You know what, as we saw before, we can easily stay in here and do our best with our Shadow Force, especially doing all the work, so they are not gonna block it. Pretty much big damage on that Pokemon, and another one will most likely guarantee the early matchup victory here for this battle. So we're having the Shadow Force coming up pretty early before they reach to their own nuke, and they are not gonna respect the damage at all, just gonna go down pretty easily here. So I'm not gonna switch out yet because I want to sacrifice here my Giratina and have the alignment with Tapu Fini against the Steelix, obviously, while I want to avoid this battle with my Registeel because they might have the upper hand with those Earthquakes. Another move is coming up and perhaps I need to respect it, but instead I'm gonna let it go through, and this time it's not Breaking Swipes, but instead it's gonna be Psychic Fangs. You know what, Surf here is just gonna dominate no matter what, and I'm just gonna throw whenever I can. Another Psychic Fangs is imminent, so I have to block here. And right after, my Surf has to destroy down the Steelix, because otherwise we might commit to another shield, and we do not like that at all. And of course at the back there is gonna be a Charizard, so my Registeel here is just gonna dominate this matchup. Even if they throw the bait, we don't care at all, just gonna block once, and the Zapcan will just get this victory for our team. Now let's head into the final one, trainers, and let's see what this opponent has to offer, because a Hitmontop is gonna be up against us, and finally we're gonna have an easy lead for this video. So on the Switch we're meeting up with the Steelix, and as it seems this golden-like Pokemon is gonna throw their Breaking Swipes pretty early, so nothing to be afraid of. We can still stick around with our Surfs and still do a lot of solid damage to that Pokemon. So we have almost a complete counter guide to that Hitmontop, which is a pretty good Pokemon, do not underestimate at all, because now it can run Triple Axle in combination with either Stone Edge or just Close Combat, which is pretty crazy. And those counters, yeah, counter is the best move, the best fast attack actually that exists in PvP right now. So now we're having Sandslash coming in against our Devilish God, and this is kind of a big bummer because we cannot let our energy go unsacrificed here. We're just gonna reach now to the Shadow Force, and now they have to completely farm us down, but they were gonna fall to our weird trap here and spend their remaining energy. You know what? Tapu Fini is coming back with a lot of energy to spare for that poor Sandslash, and if we can land at least one, we can absolutely have the upper hand with our Registeel. Instead though, I'm just gonna go ahead and shield here, but as it seems the Hitmontop will return into the battle. Surf is coming up, they will block it, and let's see now if they have close combat or not, because even one close combat will not be enough, I believe, from this range to finish off, so they have to get to the Triple Axle, and right after, the amazing Focus Blast of our own will just finish off that Hitmontop in combination with a few Lock-ons, and now Sandslash definitely stands no chance at all. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and here are 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.